In this video, we're going to be leaking the second selection pack. It is anime themed. We also have in today's stream the big leak on twitch.tv/dcade. In addition to a $2,000 tournament qualifier, we are going to be confirming, is Kashtira coming or not? In addition to that, a big leak that surprised me. Now, let's get right into it. Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic. If your monster destroys a monster by battle, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original monster's attack. In addition to that activated trigger effect, we have the passive continuous of any of our monsters attacking a defense position monster will inflict piercing battle damage. So a ton of damage here. Okay. If this card itself is destroyed, you could special summon both one Dark Magician and one Gaia the Dragon Champion from your hand, deck, extra deck, and or graveyard. So Gaia the Dragon Champion. Let's see real quick. Gaia the hey, there you go. 2600 attack and the Dark Magician itself alongside this. Is this worth summoning? Well, I don't know about that. Let's type in Dark Magician and we got fusions. So it's going to be competing with a card like this. This is just a dragon plus a Dark Magician. It's more attack. It protects your back row, and it becomes Dark Magician, so it gets the protection of Eternal Soul, making it unaffected. So, like, what are they doing? This is, okay. And how about maybe unbanning Dragoon? Is it time? You tell me. Do you have experience against this? A bunch of negative experiences. We do have Anaconda in Master Duel, so maybe we can't get this. Now, let's move on from that. Now we have Joey support. Red Eye's Soul. This card's name becomes Red Eye's Black Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. 900 attack, 2000 defense. If your opponent special summons a monster, this will then activate to send from your hand or field to the graveyard to special summon a Red Eye's monster from your hand or deck, except another Red Eye's Soul. So what could we summon here? I'm thinking a good summon would be the Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon. This will have the ability to summon a dragon from your hand or grave, so that's pretty cool. Okay, otherwise you got the other Red Eye's monsters. Now, quick effect. You could target one Red Eye's Black Dragon in your monster zone, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. You can only use this effect once per duel. So burn for 2400 or also summon a Red Eye's Darkness Metal. Okay, let's move on. Number 39, Utopia Rising. If this card is special summoned, not exceed summoned, so that's very important to understand that difference. You could target one number exceed monster in your graveyard except Utopia Rising. Special summon it in defense. Then you can, optional, transfer this card's materials to that monster. And then the other effect is, if you exceed summon while this card is in the graveyard, you could special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So what's good here? Is this kind of confusing or what? You tell me. It is transferring its materials, not itself, to a monster we summon from the grave, which could be, let's type in equal, number, and exceed. So these are going to be monsters that you could summon from the graveyard by summoning this and then giving its materials to one of these monsters. So the big question is, why not just put in a second Baguska? Why not just put in a second Utopia? Well, this could summon a non-rank 4. It could summon a Harbinger from the graveyard. So that's pretty cool. Okay, it will be summoned in defense. And then if you perform an exceed summon, this card will be special summoned from the grave, but then it's not going to have, it will trigger its other effect, by the way. So when summoned from the grave, it will summon another number exceed monster in your graveyard, but you're not going to have any materials to transfer under it. So what are you going to do with this 2000 defense, 0 attack monster? Well, we could put a Drill Driver over it. Drill Driver, 2500 piercing battle damage. We could even put the Utopia Lightning. Utopia Lightning, which is going to, wrong one, where is it? This one. This is going to make it so your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step while this card battles. All right, well, let's move on. We have Blackluster Soldier, Legendary Swordsman. This says that during your draw phase, before you draw, you could reveal this card in your hand, give up your normal draw this turn, and if you do, add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So the main ritual spells of this is going to be, let's see if we have a Blackluster player on the site. That would be very cool if we do. I mean, not this one. How about a Super Soldier player, hopefully, maybe, hopefully. Okay, the Super Soldier Ritual, Super Soldier Synthesis, anyone? Someone? Hey, Blackluster Soldier deck. Okay, let's go. So we could be searching for the Super Soldier Synthesis, and yeah, you know, that's a good one, or the Super Soldier Ritual. Okay, let's go back to the card. This says that your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. That's very interesting, because it's not while it battles. We were just reading Utopia Lightning. Only when you battle do you turn off the ability for them to respond, but by entering the battle phase, that's it. All their cards and effects are turned off from activating. That is pretty cool. When this attacking card that was ritual summoned using a normal monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you could shuffle all cards they control into the deck. Normal monster. Okay, interesting. Well, I got some footage of this interesting play. Let's see right here. Shout out to Duel Evolution here. All right, what's good? So banishing for Wyver Burster, which will trigger the Blackluster Soldier monster to search for the BLS himself. And then the Wyver Burster will grab a Collapsed Serpent, banishing the other BLS monster, which will search for the Ritual spell. We're going to use the Ritual spell using a normal monster. And then battle phase, they can't activate anything. Destroys a monster by battle. Activate to then send everything back in the deck, non-targeting spinach. So that's pretty cool. And I guess we could check out their deck list too real quick. So that is their deck list. Thank you very much. Let's hop into some more cards. Quadra D. D, 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 D. Super Dimensional Sovereign Emperor Zero Paradox. I'm dying while reading this. I need a drink real quick. Hold up. No editing. Okay. Now, with pendulums, I like skipping the pendulum effect and going right to the monster effect. This states that when you pendulum summon a monster, while the total pendulum scales in your pendulum zones are higher than the total levels of the pendulum summoned monsters, this then activates. Okay, so if we have like a scale 1 to scale 10, that would be 11. So if we summon 2 level 5s, that's total 10. So then this would trigger. You could activate this to then special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, destroy everything. Other cards, by the way, so not itself. Destroy as many other cards on the field as possible. Then you could optionally put this into the pendulum zone, which, well, let's read that effect. Let's hold up. Let's see the other part of this. If another face-up triple D leaves the field by a spell card or effect, this becomes 6,000 attack. Interesting. Now, when this becomes a pendulum zone monster, which is optional, so we could wipe the field and still be 3,000 attack and just keep it there. As a pendulum scale, you could target one card in your opponent's pendulum zone, which there won't be one because you destroyed everything. Special summon this card. And if you do, place the opponent's pendulum card into your pendulum zone, but destroy it during the end phase of the next turn. That's kind of interesting. Okay, well, I got some gameplay. Z-Quest Gaming, let's see. We have skill drain, bunch of back row. What's good? We pendulum summon a level 4 when our scales are 0 to 5. So 5 and 4 is less than 5 total. So that should trigger our Quadra D. Come forth Quadra D, even with skill drain on the field. Look at that. Blowing up everything while it's negated. How's that work? It's the effect from the hand. On summon, even though its effects are now negated, the effect you activated still resolves. So completely wiping up the entire field in addition to the skill drain. So that was very cool. And okay, you know, looks like you didn't have lethal, but that's okay. We're not going to keep on watching. Now, we have Pharaonic Advent. This is a continuous trap monster. 300 attack for each continuous trap on the field and in the graveyard, so it's originally 2,000. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can tribute a monster to special summon this card from your hand initially as a level 8. Okay, so that's easy to summon. Normal summon or special summon a monster, then tribute it, and this is out. Now, its other effect is tribute one fairy, fiend, or reptile to add a continuous trap from your deck to your hand, Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. Well, I use the filters to search for continuous trap, special summon this card, fairy or fiend or reptile. And these are all the continuous traps they could summon. See, this is a fiend type. This one's going to be a fairy type. And, you know, it being a continuous trap theme, that's what I'm thinking you'd be attributing to then search for another continuous trap. And because it's on the screen already, yes, we're going to get this. It is a reptile, so it does work with the synergy here. This states that during the main phase only, you could special summon this card. And it's 2,000 attack, 2,200 defense, kind of large. And then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous traps you control until the end of this turn. And this card is considered a trap itself. So, okay, but it's only the other continuous traps. You do have to have at least one other continuous trap on the field. It could be a continuous trap monster if it states that it's also still a trap in the effect. And then you get negating. So that is very cool. And I was thinking just right now, you could search for any continuous trap. Let's see what the most popular continuous trap in Master Duel is right now. Oh, you could search for Sulliak. Okay. But you could, oh, whoa. This deck searches skill drain? That is not, oh, what? Do we want a deck that could search skill drain, search goes and match, search rivalry, search there can only be one? Okay. Hopefully that's not what this deck turns into, because now I'm a little afraid. And by the way, on the front page, we have a new article, official in-game card usage / win rate report. We're not done with the leaks. I got more leaks to show you, but very cool. This shows you the official in-game stats. Data mine, thanks to British Piper. And we got win rates. Oh my, just check it out. Moving on. Gravekeeper's Inscription. Normal spell. At the start of your main phase, apply one of the following effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Well, let's see. Pada E. At the start of your main phase, draw 2. So if you're going to play this in an anti-meta stun deck, you probably don't use your extra deck. You're probably going to be using this with a card like Pada E. So there is a confliction. You're going to have to choose one or the other to activate at the start of your main phase. Now, what does it do? You could choose neither player can activate card effects in the graveyard, or neither player could banish cards from the graveyard, or neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyards. Well, this is an Abyss Dweller effect. And by the way, how this card is worded, you don't tell your opponent which effect you are using. So this is literally legal cheating 2.0. Now, let's move on from that. Tier list. Tier limit. Still tier 1. Still very good. So we have Abyss Dweller on a spell card now. Very interesting. Shut them down. And they're playing Grapha. Look at all the Graphas. Oh my Jesus, what is this? Runic tier limit? Oh, no. All right. So are you excited for the new Gravekeeper card to maybe shut down tier limit, or even playing against tier limit? Let's keep on going. Golden Rule. This card is always treated as a crystal card. Place 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone as continuous spells. Then special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand or graveyard with a different name than those cards. Then special summon. Okay, so you have to do that. And what else? And if you do, equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy the monster. All right, well, we have a top deck list for you. Top 4 of a Japanese tournament. The Heiko Card Point Tournament. 48 card deck. What the heck? All right, let's zoom out enough so you can see the deck list. Here's the whole deck list, the main deck, and I'll show you the extra deck real quick, something like that. Oh, we got a side deck too. Now, where's the card? They're playing 2. It is searchable with Rainbow Bridge. And if you have no idea what this deck do, I'm going to show you what it do through Neshi. So thank you, Neshi, for showcasing this combo real quick. All you have to know is that this is a 2-card combo. Okay, whoops. There you go. 2-card combo, and we're going to speed on through the result of what it do. So we're going to be jump, 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 boom. 2 cards. We have Masquerena, which could link off during the opponent's turn. We have Quadra Monster Negate on Apollo USA, mate. 11,000 attack, Ultimate Crystal Rainbow. Now, what it do? It states that if this card did not battle this turn, so during the opponent's turn, quick effect, we could do that. Tribute this card. Non-target. Shuffle as many cards on the field as possible into the deck. And if you do, special summon any number of your banished Crystal Beast monsters. So that is quite nuts. It could be used as disruption. It doesn't state that it has to be used during the main phase, which, you know, quick effects like this generally would say. Battle phase, end phase, whatever phase you want, as long as this card has not battled, then you're going to be able to wipe up their entire field in just a 2-card combo. So he does show that he wipes it up, and you get to special summon the banished Crystal Beast too. So wipe up that normal monster, and look at that. Look at all of those monsters. Holy moly. So thank you very much, my friend. Let's keep on going. We have the Breaking Ruin God. Quick play spell. This card cannot be negated in any way. Special summon an Obelisk the Tormentor from your hand or graveyard. What is that? You better know what it is. 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. It is untargetable. So a deck like Tearlament would struggle against this card, unironically, until they goddess it. And, you know, you can't sully it, you just can't negate it. And it's huge. This has the effect, though, unfortunately, the turn it's special summoned, it has to be sent to the grave. But the other effect is you could tribute 2 monsters to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Non-targeting destruction. Now, what else does this do? Is that all it does? If you special summon Obelisk, it's unaffected by everything this turn. But if you summon it during their turn, it's going to be sent to the graveyard still, unfortunately. But if you have another copy, you could use another copy during your turn. A 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense, unaffected by everything. Now, what else to do? If you tribute 2 or more monsters you control at the same time to activate a card or effect while you control Obelisk, you could banish this card from the graveyard, banish all monsters from your opponent's graveyard, and if you do, inflict 500 damage for each card banished. Oh my, there's another card. The Soul Energy Max. So I'm going to skip to its second effect. If this card is in your graveyard, you could banish this card from your grave, add an Obelisk the Tormentor from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon Obelisk the Tormentor. Holy moly. And its first effect is, if you control Obelisk the Tormentor, whose original attribute is Divine, tribute 2 other face-up monsters, destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 4,000 damage to your opponent. So the main effect of Obelisk wiping out monsters is not a quick effect. This makes it a quick effect. You burn for 4,000, and then you banish all their monsters from the graveyard, inflict 500 more for each monster banished. I got some combo. Not a combo, but I'm going to show you. Dual Evolution, thank you for this highlight. So you're going to see. All right, Droplet, negate the whole field. And this is the Ruin God. It's going to be summoning the Obelisk from the graveyard. Let me slow this down because this happens quickly. Now, it's unaffected by everything. All right, yes, thank you, Ash negate. Now we're going to use the Soul Energy Max, tributing 2 monsters to wipe out all of their monsters. Wipe it out, burn for 4,000, and then we're going to be activating the Ruin God in the graveyard banishing to then banish all their monsters. 12 monsters banished. Did you see that? That was 6,000 damage. 4,000 on top of 6,000. Now, you know, he did use the Ishizu cards to mill out the opponent, but still very cool. Thank you very much. And if you want their deck list, something like this is, you know, hopefully we don't have to play this with Tearlament, just to get an idea of playing Obelisk, though. Now, what else we have? We got more. I can't believe we have more. We have Odd Eyes Rebellion Exceed Dragon. We like to skip to the monster effect. Let's do that. 2 level 7 pendulum monsters. If you could pendulum summon level 7, you could pendulum summon this card from your face-up extra deck. So, you know, of course, it's going to be initially face down, but if it then leaves the field, goes to your extra deck, because it does not have a level, this is its rank, it's considered level 7. So you could pendulum summon it. Now, what else? You could, oh, this is not good. This card could not be used as material for an Exceed summon the turn it was Exceed summoned. That is a huge, huge deal. So to not confuse you, I just want to show you real quick this card. You summon this over a Rebellion Exceed monster, and then it has triple attack. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 9,000 damage. And you can't summon this over it because it's got this restriction. They don't want you to summon Zeus. They don't want you to summon the Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord. They don't want it. Why? Well, you could detach one material from this card, then target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls with 3,000 or less attack. Okay. Destroy them. So wipe up 2 face-up monsters as long as their attack is not too high. And what else did it say? If this in the monster zone is destroyed, you could put it into the pendulum zone. So far, I'm not too excited about this, but let's read the pendulum effect. During your main phase, you could special summon this card. Then you could attach a dark monster from your graveyard to this card as a material. So what's very cool about this is it's not an Exceed summon. It's a special summon. Thus, we could then put this over it. The Dragon Overlord, 9,000 attack. So what that could look like, which your pendulum scales are going to be full of whatever you pendulum summon to then summon this, right? So let's say you Mystical Space Typhoon your own pendulum scale, and then you summon your Rebellion Exceed Dragon, and then you Dark Hole it, or you use the Sky Iris. Sky Iris, you pop it to then search your deck for an Odd Eyes. And then this will become a pendulum scale. And then you special summon it, attach a material, and then you're going with the Rebellion 3,000 times 3 damage. So there you go. That's the combo. Dark Hole, MST, Sky Iris, and you got 9,000 damage lethal. All right. And that is it. I appreciate you all. Comment, like, subscribe. It greatly supports me. And make sure you show up to the Big League stream. $2,000 tournament qualifier also. I will be confirming. Is Kashtira coming or not? In addition to the big surprising leak. Thank you very much. We are out.